everybody, this is Ches again from Retro Nirvana. Today we're going to do a Nintendo 64 collection video for 2023. Now this is a long time coming. I started my box collection with about 3 or 4 games, I would say like up to about a year ago. And so now we're up to 49 boxed games. The N64 collection itself is about 130 something games. One of the couple of things I wanted to show you too is I have these two plushies, which are great because obviously they're both in N64 games. So I got these both from Fan Gamer. These are awesome. So let's start right off with the boxes. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey. This is a game that we had when we were kids. Had to get it again because my brother and I used to play this all the time. And it's a super fun arcade style game. Next game, Whaley Country Club. Another, it's a golf game, but it's actually very, very good on the N64. Great graphics. Another game that we had as kids. So that one's actually really nice. Box copy. Usually sports games do keep their boxes pretty nice. The next one is War Gods. I actually got this for $2 off eBay plus shipping. It's not a very good game, but it's a game that I played with a friend a long time ago when I was probably like 13, 14 years old, and we liked it a lot. So this one actually is really good shape for $2 plus shipping. It was actually a really good deal. MRC, Multi-Racing Championship. There's another pretty good racing game. Came out on the N64. There's a lot of racing games. They're actually all pretty fun to play. Another cult classic that now is, a lot of people didn't know back in the day, is Beetle Adventure Racing. This one has a lot of cool shortcuts. It's a really fun 4-player racing game. This box is actually really nice. Came from somebody else's collection. I got that from a game store. And then I have, this one's a little beat up, but it's Automobili Lamborghini. I got this for like $4 at a local store, which is not bad. I'll probably upgrade it at some point. Then we have a launch title for the N64, which is Cruisin' USA. This one is very fun. It's very arcade-like. Obviously, it was an arcade game before it was the N64 port. This one's actually pretty good shape, the box and everything. And then we have Top Gear Rally. This is a game that I rented a long time ago from Blockbuster. I do like it a lot. Now we got some sports games. I'm not hugely into sports games, but I think these are actually pretty fun. So I got this one when Muhammad Ali passed away. It's actually not sealed. It's resealed by the store that actually sold it to us. So it's not actually sealed. Then another sports game, Ken Griffey Jr., Major League Baseball. This box is immaculate. It's absolutely fantastic. The game is actually very fun as well. Triple Play 2000. This is a game I got for free because I actually ended up going to a yard sale and getting a Fantastic Ice Blue N64, which is actually on the shelf over there. That ended up being free, and this was in that lot, which I ended up selling all the stuff that came with it, getting this game for free along with the N64 for free. Now we have Kobe Bryant NBA Courtside. This is the first one on the N64. This one is actually pretty good, pretty fun. I like it a lot. The graphics do not hold up anymore, so this is a game that, if you look at the graphics, not that great anymore. Now we got 1080. This is a game we got at launch. We actually were looking forward to it. My brother and I and our neighbor looking forward to playing this before it actually came out. And the day it came out, we all rushed to the store to get it, and we were playing the heck out of this one. Very, very fun. Another great combat racing game, Extreme G. I actually have the second one also, but not in the box. This one is actually a really nice box. I do like the game quite a bit. All right, then there we got Load Runner. This one is actually not great in terms of condition. There's actually a cut here, but other than that, I mean, I got this game, the box for $4 at one of the local stores. Now we have a bunch that I actually started out with my collection with a few years ago. And these are actually from Goodwill. They were, I think, all $4. So South Park Chef Love Shack. They're the original South Park game. This one is pretty fun too. I like it. This one was also $4 from Goodwill. It was Episode 1 Pod Racer, which is actually a really fun game. Star Wars game. Then we have Turok Rage Wars. Box is actually really nice. That one. And we have Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. That's a really good one. Okay, so all those were from Goodwill a long time ago. Then we have a cult classic that I used to play with my friend a long time ago. I used to go over to his house, and the first time I saw this game, I was like, wow. Besides Doom and Wolfenstein, this is the first one on the Nintendo 64 that I was like, wow, this is quite violent. But it was really fun. Has a quirky control style with the C buttons, but you know. Okay, so now Mickey's Speedway USA. This actually got from a local store, and they had it priced at $4. Now, what I thought they really meant was $40, but the owner actually gave it to me for $4. So this one's actually pretty minty, has everything, and that was a really good pickup. Okay, so now we're going to Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is the sequel to GoldenEye. It is one of the better games on the N64. It actually does require the expansion pack, and it is 4 players. It's also made by Rare, so you can see the logo right there. This box is actually in really nice shape. Now we got some of the better games. Blast Corps. Now this one is a very fun game. The box is actually in pretty good shape. It's not the best, but it's okay. The bottom is a little bit creased, but the protector is actually keeping it pretty nice. So that one is really fun. A lot of destruction in that game, and it's another Rare game. So now another Rare game by the maker Rare is Diddy Kong Racing, which I actually enjoy playing a lot more than Mario Kart because it has a great adventure mode. It has bosses. You can use the hovercrafts. You can use planes, and it's just a really fun game. I consider this to be better than Mario Kart. On top of that, yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Next, we got Rayman 2. This box is not in great shape, as you can see. It's a little beat up, but nonetheless, it is Rayman 2, which is a great game for the N64. One of the best platformers. Very, very fun game. Okay, so now we're going to some of my favorites. This one is Killer Instinct Gold. I got this pretty recently, I would say in the last 6 months or so. The box is actually in very nice shape, as you can see. This is one of my favorite fighting games on the N64. I love Fulgore, I love TJ Combo, Orchid. I have the Xbox version, and I have the Super Nintendo version. Next game, Quest 64. This is a very quirky RPG. One of the only RPGs on the N64 besides Paper Mario and Ogre Battle. I have both of those as well. I do not have them in the box. This one's actually a pretty nice box overall. I like it. Should keep its value. Next is Mario Tennis. So now we're getting into some Mario games. This one's actually in pretty decent shape overall. Yeah, so not much to be said about this. It's obviously a sports game with Mario. Now we go on to one of my favorite games on the N64, Shadows of the Empire. I played this game so many times. It follows Dash Rendar. He is the protagonist in this game. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on in this game. It's a shooter, but it also has speeder bike levels. It has a lot of cool bosses. It has a Battle of Hoth. I definitely recommend this game. It's one of the best N64 games you'll ever play. Now, a heavy hitter, Banjo-Kazooie. This one is, to me, one of the best platformers on the N64, bar none. And is one of the best platformers of all time, period. I mean, it is phenomenal. Like getting all the jiggies and all the different levels, Mumbo's Mountain, and there's a lot of cool levels in there. Really, really fun game. Next game is Rogue Squadron. This one is also in the GameCube. This one's, I think, the only one on the N64. Box is actually pretty nice. Fun game. Definitely recommend that one. That one also does require the expansion pack, so you need that to play the game. Next is Jet Force Gemini. Another game made by Rare. This one, the box is okay. I would say it's maybe a 7 out of 10. And does have a old sticker on the back. I'm not sure if that's from Blockbuster, but it's another game from Rare. It's super fun to play. I love this game a lot. Next is Cruisin' World. This one I got from a convention. As you can see, it has a sticker on there. I'm not going to even try to take that off. It actually is from Blockbuster, so we have Blockbuster sticker on the back. This one's very fun. It's probably it's the sequel to Cruisin' USA. Very fun game. So next we got another sentimental favorite, Bomberman 64. Now this one is one of my absolute favorite Bomberman games, and there are a lot on the Super Nintendo. There were actually two. I think the first two only came out in the US, and 3 and 4 came out in Japan. One is my favorite because the music's fantastic. It's a very fun game. It's 4-player battle mode. Very fun game. Good campaign in the game. Okay, so now Dark Rift. This is a game that we played as kids. As soon as the N64 came out, we rented this. My dad actually loves this game. He has his N64 and he has this game. Not in the box, but he has it and he very much enjoys it. So he still has an N64 and he has that game. And that's pretty cool. I think that's really awesome. Okay, Star Fox 64. At launch, we got this game actually a couple months before. We actually got the video as well, the VHS tape. So I actually do have that still from when I was a kid. This is actually a player's choice copy because we had the big box copy that came with the Rumble Pack, but I don't have that anymore. So I ended up getting this copy. It's okay. I think at some point I will probably end up upgrading it. Next, we have the heavy hitter, Mario Kart 64. This one is phenomenal. It is a player's choice copy. The box is okay. It's not fantastic, but it's actually pretty good. I would say maybe an 8 out of 10. Nothing really needs to be said about this game. It's phenomenal, fun. Do I like it more than Diddy Kong? Probably not. Okay, so next we have Mario 64, another player's choice copy. My original copy as a kid was the first print one. So funny story is when I actually got this game, I had the game for a month, and the N64 console, I pre-ordered it. It did not come for a month, and so all I had was this and the manual, and I was looking at the manual pretty much every day, waiting for the console to show up so I could actually play this game. So loved the game once I actually got to play it. Got all 120 stars. It's a phenomenal game. It's probably in my top 5 best N64 games. Okay, so next is Mario Party. This one is kind of starting to become a pretty rare game, especially in the box. I am missing the manual for it, but it is in pretty good shape. I got this for a pretty good deal, and so I'm happy to have that in the collection. Next is probably the heaviest hitter on the N64, which is GoldenEye. Late 1990s, this was all the rage. So before Halo came out, Halo 1, Combat Evolved, and Halo 2, this was the game to play. 4-player. It was the first shooter on a console that you could actually play 4 players with friends. Commercially, the movie came out, then the game came out, and we could not stop playing this game. It was just phenomenal. Just one of the best games you could ever play. I went to sleepovers, and we played this all night. It was just a phenomenal game. Okay, next we have Smash Brothers. And this box is actually in pretty good shape. It's actually a pretty expensive box at this point. The only flaw on this one is there's a little bit of tearing on the top, but it's actually not too bad. What can be said about this game that hasn't already been said? I won't even go into it. Okay, next is Zelda Ocarina of Time, the standard edition. This one I actually got at a tag sale. This one is in decent shape. I would say probably rate this as a 7. There's some wear and tear, but otherwise it's complete. Has all the inserts and everything. And I'm very happy to still have this in the collection at this point. Okay, next, Pilot Wings, another title that was pretty much at launch. This one you have a hang glider, you have a rocket belt. It's a really, really fun game overall. And I definitely recommend it. It's a cheap game. Yeah. Okay, next title, Donkey Kong 64. Another game I got at a tag sale with this game. So we got both of those together at a tag sale a long time ago. It's in pretty good shape overall. It has the yellow cartridge inside, manual, everything like that. So it's not a super expensive box. So if you're starting to collect, I would say grab this box when you can, and it's probably going to go up in value as well. This is another game that requires the expansion pack, so you do need that to play this game. Okay, so now we're on to the last couple. So we're going to go with, these are all, except for one, these are all pretty expensive games. This one I had for quite a bit of time, so this is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. This one and one other game are definitely the most expensive games I own. This game I bought for $50 about 10 years ago, and it was complete. It is in very minty shape, has absolutely everything, and it looks very, very nice. This is definitely a game that I would not give up, even if I have to sell any part of my collection. Um, Next is a game that I consider to be in the top 3 best games on the N64, which is Wave Race 64. This game is very underrated, I think. The water effects still hold up. It's a fun arcade style game, and I absolutely love it. I rented this game no less than 10 times from Blockbuster when I was a kid. It was just one of those games where I rented it, and every weekend I rented it, I had a great time. And so I had to have this as an adult in my collection. So this is one of the first games I got boxed because I was very, very happy to get it. It's actually a pretty cheap game too. So, okay, so now the last two. This game is a long time coming. I had this as a kid. I had a mint copy of this when it came out, first day. And so I'm very happy to finally have this again in my collection. So this is Ocarina of Time Collector's Edition with the gold foil cover. It is, I would say, in the top 2 favorite games for the N64. So very, very happy to have this and Wave Race. These two are probably my favorites. This does have the gold cartridge. It comes with the manual. It comes with all the inserts. So now this is as complete copy as you can get. And the final game that I just got recently is Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now this one is not the greatest copy you'll ever see. It's a little wrinkled. It's a little beat up, but it is Conker's Bad Fur Day nonetheless. I got this actually on eBay, and this was only about $80. They already had the game, so it came with the manual and the box for $80, which is actually a very good deal because the manual alone goes for $60, $70, almost $100 alone. So this came with the box for this price. So as you can imagine, I was so happy to finally get this in the collection. It is obviously one of my favorite games in the collection. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. That will wrap up the boxed N64 collection.